All right, welcome to my YouTube channel. We are here with the beautiful and gorgeous and so talented, gorgeous of BIGO.
Hi,
And of
everybody.
course, always my hot, brother, fly black boy. We're gorgeous. I am so glad that you was able to take time out of your busy schedule to come and let me interview you. I have enjoyed you since I laid eyes on you. You are an amazing talent. You are so beautiful inside and out. Fly, when I first talked to Gorgeous about doing this interview, we were
Mm.
just on Bigo and we were just talking, just laid back. And I just felt like I had known you forever and you shared so much of your personal life with me. But today we're just gonna get to know you better. And you can even ask me whatever you want to ask because I'm all up in your business.
Okay.
Look, this all in your beeswax. You
You
gotta
gonna
wait
say
to get
don't?
the
You
mic.
gonna say, well, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Okay, I got off limit questions. I'm just
Oh Lord. Now
Let me
look,
see.
Fly. Don't
Do I
run
need
her
to get my
off.
Do I need to get my fan in the
I
shot
ain't gonna
glass?
run her off. I'm not gonna run her off.
You gonna say, do I need to go
You know
get
I
my
gotta
shot of
mess with you,
fireball
Fly.
first? Like, you gonna take a shot first?
You
Sure,
need
take a
to
shot,
take a
girl.
shot.
Turn
Whatever
it
you
up, girl. Turn it
feel.
on up.
Stop. Be
Just pop the whole bottle.
comfortable. We always want people to be comfortable, be themselves, have fun. We love to have fun over here.
Positive
And just,
vibes.
yes, always.
Well,
Well, let's
that's always a plus.
absolutely positivity. That's what I live for. Promoting love and respect. And just getting to know a person for a person. It's better to try to get to know somebody. If they have something different about their lifestyle that is different from yours, don't tear a person down. You know, be nosy, ask a question. It's better than being rude.
Yeah.
Exactly. On
Well,
the
we're gonna
whole,
go ahead and get started. So let's start talking about your career. How did you get started?
Oh, let's
straight
see.
in.
Let's see. I never write this dark. Boom, hit me. Let's see. So, I mean, my career. It's a long story, and I don't want to like drain nobody out or anything. But long story short, I was married for 10 years to my ex-wife. It was way before I decided to do drag. Way before I decided to just be happy and just be myself and be comfortable in my own skin and live for myself instead of other people, instead of making other people happy and pleasing other people. Um, my ex-wife and my stepson at the time had the idea, because we used to always do these competitions against drag queens and female impersonators, and they would always beat us and we would always get first runner up. So my ex-wife was like, um maybe you should do drag this time, so so you can win. And my stepson was like, yeah, because I'm tired of losing. So I'm like, it took like at least, I'll say like 2 months before I finally just was like, you know what? Yeah, because we had did another competition. I lost again to a drag queen. Ended up getting first runner up, and they won. So I was like, why do I keep getting first runner up? So then I finally was like, you know what? Bump it, let me do it. Got in drag. My makeup was horrible.
Oh,
Because I didn't know how to do makeup at this time. I didn't know how to do makeup. Like, I knew how to do makeup on like regular women or regular people, but just not drag queens. I didn't know how to do drag makeup, so my makeup was horrible. And we ended up winning. So I was
oh,
like, okay. And then after I won, I started getting booked so many times, like throughout the week, throughout the month, and they were like really booking us like almost every day of the week. And I was like, so this is what drag gets you.
Okay.
And so it
Good
went to,
money.
yeah, I was like, it went to the point where I was making at least like 1,500 to 2,000 a week. So
oh,
it was,
wow.
yeah, so it wasn't like, oh, we're gonna book you and it's just free of charge. No, it was like, we're gonna pay for you and your dancers to show up. And I'm like, just for me, it's like 300. So how much you paying my dancers?
All right.
Okay.
Because I said I gotta pay them out of my paycheck. I'm not coming. So,
Oh,
so it was,
Okay.
yeah, it was to the point where we would literally like, I'll get paid $200 to $300, and the dancers get paid $150 each. Like it was to the point where we were making like good money, and I was like, I was not gonna stop. Um, and then I started like revamping myself, sort of. Hey, Coco. So
Hello,
I started
Coco.
like revamping myself, sort of, and I kind of was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do drag and see how comfortable I am in it, because growing up in a family with a dad who doesn't condone homosexuality or any type of drag stuff or anything that deals with a boy putting on anything girly or singing any
Mm.
girl songs, I couldn't even hang around girls. Like it was just a lot. So it
Oh,
pushed me when I got older at that point to just be like, I'm like 25 now. I need to start living for myself.
yes.
And
Okay.
I just stuck my foot in the career, and I was like, I want to do a pageant. And everybody was against me. Nobody wanted to help me.
Oh,
Nobody wanted to help me. They was like, well, you're a boy, you're the dancing boy of South Florida. You should just stay a boy and just be a boy queen and all this other bullshit. Excuse my language. And
oh, you okay?
I was like, um, I dance feminine as a boy. Why would I not do drag? Like, I
You're
could be doing
funny.
drag. I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and portray a boy and be dancing like a girl on stage. Now that's just not what I'm gonna do. So I was like, there's a lot of people it worked for, but for me it just didn't work for a muscular, 6-pack guy up here dancing like I'm on a majorette team. Like that didn't fit me on stage. So
Okay.
and then I
Wow.
would do majority of girl songs and then slow them down to sound like boy songs. So I was like, I'd
Mm.
rather just be a drag queen so I can actually do the girl songs.
Okay. Well, hey,
And
you had
then
to find what was comfortable for you. You know what you felt comfortable in, and
yeah, and I
know,
had already
'cause-
wanted to do drag, and already wanted to be a girl growing up. So it was like that kind of they wanted. Yeah, they wanted to keep me as a backup dancer child, but I didn't even want the spotlight, to be honest. When I first started my career, I didn't want the spotlight. I actually wanted to just be the person to help people that were in the spotlight. And then, like coming up, I started noticing like I would get all these compliments from these bigger name people in the industry, and they would be like, well, "Why are you not doing this? And why are you not up there? Like, why are you back up dancing for this person? You should be competing." And I'm like, like I kind of like pushed to the side, like, like I don't know. And then it took me that long to get married, to have stepkids, to be in a relationship with my ex-wife, who I'm not gonna say her front like I didn't love her. Yeah, it was there. Like we were in love. It was a lot, but I had to make the decision for myself to be happy for myself or to stay in the marriage. And we mutually talked. We agreed. And even after that, she still supported my career. My stepkids still come around. She still texts me every day. And I would say it's because of her that I even had like the bigger confidence to even just step out and be like, you know what, if you don't like my drag, fuck you. Like, if you're not paying for my drag, don't criticize it. And if you're not paying for my hair or buying me no hair to manipulate into a big old updo, then don't even come up with nothing about, oh, you need to change your hair. And I was like, because half the stuff I used to wear was, to be honest, and when I first started, was my stepdaughters.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
And my ex-wife
Well, you
heels. I wear my ex-wife heels, my stepdaughter clothes.
okay? Well, you know
Okay.
what? Love conquers all, baby. You know what?
No, it does. It really
Love
does.
conquers all.
I can
And I'm
honestly say that.
glad you
It
still
it really
have that.
do
I'm
because like
glad you still have that relationship with her and the kids, and
Yeah,
you
because
haven't
a lot of
got
people feel
lost
like
in touch with that.
yeah,
I
because
mean, the kids,
a lot of people feel
they
like
they're
when
gonna
you're
remember.
married to a girl. Okay, I'll say for instance, growing up, I knew way when I was like little. I forgot. I don't know how old. It had to be like 4 or 5 because on my 5th birthday, my mom had a whole princess birthday party for me. So I
Okay.
knew when I was younger. I didn't want to touch any of the boy stuff. I didn't want to go outside and get my nails dirty. Like it was. I'm young, but this is me like doing this. It wasn't nobody around me who were homosexual. Like all my family were not. And so I was morally like, Nobody convinced me. Nobody had to molest me in order for me to get this way. Like when I hear people say stuff like that, I'd be like, that's not for everybody though. Like
Right. Yeah, everybody's story is different.
Yeah.
Okay, the sound went out. Can you hear us?
in my
Yeah.
back,
Okay, yes.
Yeah. You're back.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you. But yeah, like I was saying, everybody's
it's the
story
phone
is,
call.
is different.
But yeah, everybody's story is different. And like growing up, I had to like mask out myself in sort of a way. Like I had to do what my dad wanted me to do. Like around my mom was like, okay, it's probably a phase, you're gonna grow out of it. You know how most people, like most kids have those phases where they just grow right out of it. And next thing you know, they're on the street selling like dope and stuff and have guns and stuff. They just hard down thugs. And like for me, like it happened with my cousin. Like me and my cousins, we used to hang out all the time, do a lot of stuff. And then like now, all of them are like trying to rap and do all this extra stuff. Got girls, got baby mamas and stuff, and I'm the only one still in my family that's like, so where are the dances at?
What the
Where the
dance?
wigs at, girl? Where is the bodysuits? Like that's me. Like I've been looking for like what the lashes, girl. I need new lashes. Like I'm the only one in my family. My sisters don't even do that. Like, and my sisters even told me. My mom told me like when I turned 22, she was like, "Is this something you want to tell me?" She was like, "I probably already know, but I just want you to tell me." And I was like, "No." I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Like I didn't understand what she was saying until I got married. And then when my ex-wife had the decision of like divorcing mutually, I went back to my mom and I was like, I just have to find myself, mom. Like, I just want to be happy for myself. And she's like, I know when you were little, she's like, I just wanted you to tell me. And my daddy was like, oh, I'm not raising no faggots. And I'm like,
Oh wow.
I was like, well, technically, you didn't even raise me. My mama raised me. And on top of that, my mom is okay with this, and I don't give a shit what you think. And after that, I had looked at him and I said,
Period.
but guess what? I'm still gonna be a fucking junior, even if I change my name.
That's right. You his son, so
I said
I you know.
I'm still gonna be a junior even if I change my name. So you still gonna have to live with it.
But you know
Now
what?
he
I just hate to hear people going through things of this nature like you have gone through. I'm a big fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, so every year I'll cry my eyes out when these young men are telling their stories about, they were kicked out the house, they didn't have any support and things of that nature. They're still your was like our mommy, how, was saying, why would you throw your kids out? Where they going to go? They 12, 13, 15 years old, and you throwing them out the house. Where are they going to go?
and
What can
Okay.
they expect for their kids to get into for
and
whatever
that's
reason you put
why
your
you
kids
have a
out?
lot of that's why you have a lot of what we call in the LGBT community a lot of chosen family. Like
Yeah.
coming up, you have drag mothers such as myself. You have ballroom mothers. You have just mothers like mothers in general who carry themselves as mother figures, so that they can, like for instance, if somebody does get kicked out, they provide a house over their head, make sure they're still on the right track to graduate and all that stuff. They don't just focus on like the gay things in life. They make sure like you get your education. You need to do this. You need to do that. Focus on this first. All this gay stuff can wait. You can come back to this shit later. Like focus on this now. Like even with Icon being my drag daughter, I tell this all the time. Like girl, you about to turn 18 in December. Like, let me help you out by just saying focus on what you're doing now in school. Don't be worried about the then. Worry about now. I was like because this stuff's still gonna be here. Even
Hmm.
when I pass away, this shit's still gonna be going because it's gonna be another person under them that's gonna take over, and it's gonna just continuously go. So I was like, just focus on what you're doing now, versus all the other stuff. Like she's coming down here in December, and I told her, I said, you turning 18. I said, you want to see how it feels to be booked and performing. I said because honestly, you think that you got it together, and then you get out here in the scene, and it's a totally different scene. Like these people will tear you apart, not knowing you from a
Chew
can of
you
paint.
up and
They'll
spit
tear
you
you
out.
Wow.
apart, honey. And I was like, so I'm gonna book you at all the shows I'm booked at the whole weekend that you're gonna be here, and I want you to get the experience because virtual versus real life is totally different, and you can't fight everybody. So
Okay,
it's
Wow.
like
exactly.
I'm gonna read and I'm gonna
Like
read
she
this and
told
I'll be
me,
like,
every
well,
time she see me
I
in the
said you're
BIGO
gonna be
street,
reading
she
them, but
want
they're gonna be
chicken.
reading you because you showcasing yourself publicly and you're not giving whatever they think you're finna give. I said, trust me, everybody went through it. So
Hmm.
that's why I be like, focus on yourself now. You have a lot of time to perfect all that other stuff. It took me what I started February 2015. It took me up until 2 years ago when I perfected my craft. So it's like, and I
Okay.
still haven't perfected my craft. Like I still have work to be done. Like you think you're perfected, and then next thing you know,
Yeah,
you get
more
chopped
stuff
down
to
by the
learn.
by the next upcoming queen coming up. So you have to make sure, like you're on your p's and q's. It's just like a job. It's like a business. If you're not doing
Be on
if
your
you're
A
not,
game,
yeah,
boo.
if you don't keep your consistency, this next person coming up will knock you right out of position.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's cutthroat. Entertainment business is cutthroat.
Yeah.
It don't matter what level you're on.
It don't matter what type of business it is either. It don't matter what type of music. It can be music. It can be dancing. It can be art. It can be painting. It can be owning a business. Like if your business ain't doing that well, and they see this other business, they got the same stuff you got, and they do it like this. Guess what? Your business finna go right to that business, and that's just like with being a makeup artist. Like I deal with it all the time. I have clients that come to me from other clients, and then the makeup artist from that they used to go to is mad at me because they came to me. Well, sweetheart, I'm so sorry, but that ain't my business. Like I'm just a service provider. So when they
Okay.
come here, I'm not gonna turn them around
What
and say,
kind of
"Oh,
service you provide?
uh, I give them the A1. I give them what I call the A1 complete stop
All
sheet.
your clients.
All right, the full effect, honey.
Hello, because when
The
you come
full
here,
effect.
listen. I'm a makeup artist, but when you come here, baby, if you need a lace put on, I will touch up your edges. I will fix your hair. I will make sure that your hair is flat, and if you want to blow it out, I will blow it out. I'll do your makeup. I will style your lashes. I will tint your brows. I will do whatever you need to get you out the house faster. All these other makeup artists just focus on one thing, and that's just making their money. They give these clients the same looks, and they look
Hmm.
just alike. And I'd be like, I hate looking at makeup artist pages, and all their clients look just alike.
Oh, what? That's crazy.
And
Why
you
they
can
don't
tell
ask
Okay.
the
it's a
clients
different.
what they want?
Well, okay, so this is the thing. The client will be like, I want this look. They'll show you a picture of whatever look they want. Or if they seen a look on your page that you did on someone else, they'll be like, I want this look. But your objective is not to give them the same look. It's to give them the same look, but a look that's for them. Like
Better
everybody
on
can't have
them.
chisel cheekbones. Everybody can't have a high cheekbone. Everybody can't have like this broad jawline that they want. Everybody can't have a skinny nose, but it's your job to at least twist it a little bit so they think
You
they have
talking
the
about
same
my
look,
bell
but
pepper
they really
nose.
don't.
What you say, Fly?
I said, you talking about my bell pepper nose.
The
Oh
one
no,
like
no.
that, the one like that, like that. But yeah, like I tell people all the time, like you have to compliment the person enough while you're doing the makeup to say, well, her face is shaped like this, so I don't know if I'm gonna give you the same cheekbones as her, but I'm gonna do my best. Like
Hmm.
you still have to make this person look like them, not like your other clients. And
Hmm.
that's where a lot of makeup artists fail to realize. Even the magic scene with the makeup artists who do drag makeup for all of their drag clients, they paint everybody exactly the same, and they get on stage and people can already tell who painted you. Oh girl, I know such and such painted. Yeah, like you walk on stage, they be like, oh girl, I know such and such painted you, girl. Like, cause you
So,
paint, but you look just like her. Like you can tell certain people's art. For me, I give everybody their own distinctive look. Like I don't want you looking like me when you walk on stage. Stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna paint you. You're gonna be painted. The lights are gonna love you. The judges are gonna love you. But you is not finna have this look over here, baby, because I need to be distinctive. I need to stick out.
Okay.
So when I walk on stage, they don't be like, "Well, Catalina painted this such and such." No, they don't even know who painted you until they read it on the judges' sheets and be like, "Catalina Davenport painted such and such." What? She painted who? Like I love that.
Are you related to Kennedy Davenport?
That's my drag mom.
No. Okay. That's what we were asking Icon. Icon said she didn't know,
you didn't know?
but
Yeah.
so we have clarity now. Okay.
Yeah. So and that's another reason during my career why I kept going is because I was 17. I moved out of my mom's house, remind you, at age 16. I stayed at my grandma's house till I was like 17. My grandma co-signed an apartment for me when I was 17, and I always worked two jobs. And she gave me my first car, and I used to always go to Miami. Kennedy Davenport used to live in Miami. This is around 2006, 7, and 8. Because I graduated 2005, so it's like 6, 7, 8. Yeah, because I was 18 when I graduated. So 2006, 7, and 8, I was going to all these bars, looking at all these entertainers, and I was not interested in performing at all. I wasn't interested in doing no drag. I was just glad they let me in, and I was 18. So I was like, can I have a... So I was like, I just came in here to dance. And if my cousin slipped me a drink, that's perfectly fine too. But other than that, I just came here to dance. Like, I just came in here to have fun. And I always met Kennedy as Ruben, as her male self, as her boy self. So I never knew who Kennedy Davenport was at that time. And I've heard all this talk about, oh my God, when Kennedy get on stage and she be flipping and she be doing this,
Ruthless.
baby, she finna
Ruthless,
Oh
baby.
yes, I love her perform. Oh my
and I'm in the
gosh.
yeah, I'm in a crowd like, well, who the hell is
A
Kennedy?
beast.
Yeah, I was in the crowd like, who the hell is
You
Kennedy?
might not want
And
to
I was
get on
like,
stage after Kennedy.
yeah, I'm like, who the hell is Kennedy? And I'm like, oh well, I don't know who that is. So my cousin, he made a bet with this other boy who's been doing, like, at that time he was doing pageants for like 5 years, way before me. And he was doing male pageants. So my cousin started me in male pageants, and he was like, I just happened to walk backstage in the middle of the conversation, and he was like, "Oh yeah," he was like, "Cause at that time, my male name in pageantry was Avant Davenport Dupree. Well, Avant Love Dupree before I became a Davenport." And so he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm put my cousin in the same competition, or I'm put my cousin in the same pageant. He gonna beat you." And I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Okay.
Just volunteered you, huh?
Yeah, I was like, what is going on right now? You're throwing me in pageants and shit. I don't even know what to do. He was like, I got you. He was like, I got you. The next morning was the pageant, and I was like, I don't even know the first day that comes to a fucking pageant. Like, what the hell am I gonna do? And he got me up at like 7 a.m. We got to the tuxedo place at 8:30. Had my tuxedo by 9. We left. Went to the it's like a swimsuit store. Got a swimsuit. Went to the flea market. Had them take it in so it fit tight and nice, and not too tight or whatever. Then we went to the party city. Got some skates. We got all this stuff for presentation. Like, it was a lot. And literally, like, soon as we got the last thing, he was like, all right, we get on the road to go. Wait, I ain't got no time to sleep.
Oh my gosh.
So we get to the pageant. I'm competing. I win every category, but still get first runner up. Figures. So the person over the pageant was like, well, you weren't gonna win anyway because you hadn't had any titles, and this person been competing forever, so we don't know how you gonna promote a system if you never competed for a system. So I was like, isn't that the same as like promoting like a dance competition or promoting a ball? I was like, it would be the same thing, right? Because they still have models, they still have the thing, they still have categories. I was like, well, whatever. So the next day, that's when I started doing shows, and then I used to always do these shows where I used to be completely naked. Well, it doesn't matter what I was performing, I was always completely naked.
Oh wow.
And I was this nice,
Yeah.
handsome. I was this nice, handsome young man. Yeah, I was a nice, handsome young man, and I had a nice body. So I was utilizing my body to, get
Okay.
whatever I needed on the stage.
Nice.
And it got to the point where even on Halloween, I had came out of a casket completely
Oh,
naked with like a jock strap. My whole ass was out. My body was out. The only thing that was covered was my front area. And the owner of the bar came out of his office for the first time and tipped me out of like 20 years of having a bar. It was like, you're the first one he ever tipped. I was like, wait, what? And ever since then, I was just like, I'm gonna do this. And then my cousin was like, no, wear this and wear that, and then start dancing. We ended up in Miami. I started like buck out dancing like Kennedy does. And she came out that night. She was dressed as Kennedy, and she came out of nowhere and just came in the back dressing room. Was like, "Who this child is?
Oh,
Who this is right here?" So,
Okay,
my
how
cousin,
about who this woman?
my cousin was like, "That's my gay son. That's my gay son." And I'm gay daddy or whatever, because my cousin always been my gay daddy or whatever. So she said, "Well, who is his drag mama?" And everybody was like trying to like snatch me up. Was like, "Oh yeah, that's my drag child now. That's my drag child now." So Kennedy was like, "Now y'all wouldn't even think about this child until I just came back here. So now I need to go ahead and back up." So then my cousin was like, "Well, Kennedy is a good drag mama, so it's up to you if you want to be her drag son." And I was like, "What is a drag son?" Like, I was still new. I was like, "What is a drag son? What is a gay daddy? Like, what is this?" And they started explaining to me like the family and all that stuff. And I was like, "Oh, so it's pretty much a family away from home." And it was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well, then, yeah." I was like, "I don't care. I'll be a drag son. I don't care." And like, I back up dance with her many talents. Calexis Davenport, which is her mom, which is our grandma, the founder of, well, the founder and the creator of the Davenports.
okay.
She is the Davenport herself. Let's just put that out there. If she don't say it's okay for you to be a Davenport, you would not be a Davenport. So yeah. So
Okay.
I had started performing. I started winning pageants after that,
Mm.
and Kennedy had was like, why haven't you put Davenport in your name yet?" And I said, "Because Calexis told me that I had to work to put that name in my name." And she was like, "Well, grandma spoke, so hey, I can't say nothing." So it's a big pageant in Atlanta that everybody used to do back then called Black Atlanta Universe. And Calexis always hosted. I always back up dance with somebody. And it was one year I had just won my first pageant, and Alexis came backstage and she was like, and I was like, "What does that mean?" And she was like, and then she just walked away. The
Oh
next thing you
my.
know, like 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds later, I get a text from Kennedy. She wasn't even at the pageant, but I get a text from Kennedy telling me something. She said, "You need to put Davenport in your name." I said, "Why should you just say that?" I was like, "Why
Oh
did you just
wow.
say that?"
Okay.
When I started doing drag, they made me take it out of my name because they was like, "You haven't perfected your drag, and you haven't did this, you haven't did that." So they was like, "You need to go back to your old name and take out, Davenport." So I went back to being Catalia Love Dupree again. And then when I did my first pageant, because of the preparation that I put into it, because of the people who I chose to do my makeup, because of my job, I still didn't know how to do makeup at this time. So because the people I chose to do my makeup helped dress me, the package that I presented, she was like, "Before you walk out on stage on the microphone, you need to say that you're Catalina Davenport." And I was like, "Oh, now you want me to put Davenport back in my name?" Like I had got like real snappy, like, "Girl, I don't even want to use it now." Like,
Oh
you made
wow.
me take it out. Like, I had got snappy, like, "You made me take it out. Why would I want to use it now?" Like, but then I thought about it and I was like, well, she did have a point because she was trying to teach me that you need to work hard to prove, just for yourself, not even for other people, the quality of your name that you're going to be carrying and how you want to market it when it goes out to the people who hear your name. Like when they hear Davenport, you already know, oh, this bitch got a costume, she got some hair, oh, and this bitch finna buck out, or she finna turn the hell out of this gospel. Like people know when you hear like a Davenport, they be like, "Oh, girl, let me go ahead and bring my
Get
best
ready.
package." Yeah, so it's like a name within itself because even though I tell people Davenport is not just a name, it's like a brand. Like if you want your brand, if you need to market yourself in a business, like for instance, I have my own business, so it's like you market yourself in your business the same way you marketing yourself when you become a Davenport. So I'd be like, you either want a negative light or a positive light. You have to
Mhm.
choose that. I chose to go the positive route because
Of course.
I was like, I'm not gonna get cussed out. And
Oh,
like like even now, if I'm right here on this interview and Kennedy just popped into the comments, just browsing YouTube and popped in, and she said she'll be like, finally you got on makeup, because I never wear drag makeup if I'm not booked outside of my phone. I would never
Oh,
put on drag makeup. On my phone, I'll put on enough makeup so y'all look like I have a lot of makeup on. But on this side, like this is a lot of makeup for me. Like
Beautiful. You look gorgeous.
yeah, this is a lot of makeup for me. Like in a heartbeat, I'd be like, "Ooh, can I take this off?" Like I don't like to wear a lot of makeup, but she'll come in here and be like, "Oh, finally you got on some damn makeup." Like she'll be cussing me out, and like if I don't want to wear big hair because big hair make you sweat, and I have big hair on one day, she'll be like, "Girl, you have on makeup in here." I'm appalled. Like, like she'll just know like little stuff at me to let me know like, no, you need to always look like that when you get on camera. But for me, I'm like, everybody drag is different, and I don't like it. Now, don't get me wrong. And y'all see me on the app, and I get into these competitions and stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I put on me a big old hair, throw on me some jewelry, some I'll paint from here to back to Africa, but I'll take it right off
okay.
right afterwards. And
A
you know,
move,
and
weem away.
and Icon be getting upset with me because Icon reminds me of my drag mother. And she began upset with me because she be like, "Why you want to drag, mommy? Why you want to cover your brows?" I was like, "All right, Kennedy Jr., I'm not covering my brows.
Oh,
Like,
Kennedy Jr.
I'm not covering my brows. I love my brows. I have enough
I done
space to
worked
work
too
with."
long for these.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I'm like, I have enough.
Yeah.
I have space to work with. I ain't covering my brows. I was like, you and her can have that. I leave that to y'all. And you already have this big hair thing going on, this body thing going on. Y'all can have that. I'm only doing that when I get to a pageant. So y'all have fun. Y'all have fun with that.
Okay, I like your eyebrows. They right. They
Look,
yeah.
we were
Yes.
uh
Get into
look, we were
it.
both doing our makeup earlier.
Yes.
How did I do, gorgeous?
It looks gorgeous.
I
When you
try. I mean,
had
even like I
when
told
you
you, even
had
though I know
I
you look
Thanksgiving,
can't
better,
see
I was
your
like,
eyebrows, Michelle.
hello, somebody. When she
You
come in,
can't be surprised.
I
look, when
don't
she
have
come
that
in the
many
room, I was
eyebrows
like, wait,
anyway.
what? You doing what?
She can't
And
be surprised. Like,
we were doing our we were both doing our makeup at the same time. Fly. I was
Yeah.
watching her on BIGO, and I logged on and she was doing her makeup and listened to gospel music. So I was just enjoying the vibe, and we all get our praise
oh,
on.
okay.
So I went ahead and started doing my makeup, and I text her, or I commented rather, and I said I'm doing my makeup too. I said, I know you're gonna look better.
And I was
Okay.
like, why would you say that? And then see,
I'm
my thing is,
walking, I'm
hello,
walking. Oh.
I can't
somebody.
hear.
This, listen, all this, like, when I, on Sundays, if nobody have ever tuned into me, like, if I'm not live on Sundays, y'all know why I'm not live on Sundays. It's because, um, I'm one of those people, like, I can sit behind my phone screen all day Sunday, or I can sit in the house all day Sunday and just listen to gospel music. And a lot of people don't like to sit and listen to gospel music all the time, which I find it very funny, because I'd be like, you can perform all these gospel songs on these panels, and then you can go into all these inspirational panels and listen to them talk, and then y'all can jump into the reading panels and hear them reading and stuff, but you can't sit in the live and listen to gospel music all day.
Okay.
I was like, this, like, that's just me. Like, I would have went live on BIGO and forgot y'all was on BIGO and been around here praising and worshiping while I was cleaning up my house. And
That's
a lot of
it.
people that know me for years be like, "Why you don't never do your Sundays anymore?" And I'm like, I do them. I just don't do them online. I do them. I still do them. Like, I would be walking to the store on Sunday with my headphones and listen to my gospel music. Like, I don't care where I'm at or who I'm with. It's gonna happen. Even if I'm in your car and you be like, "Don't touch my music," I'm gonna be like, "Bluetooth, gospel."
Okay. I mean,
Girl,
I
don't get
love
mad.
gospel. I love gospel. I love all genres of music.
No, I
But
do
you'll
too.
catch me
But for
listening
my
to
journey,
gospel
yeah, but for my
when I'm
journey, I
cleaning up.
listen to gospel music because the songs I listen to, it's not always about the message of the song. It's morely about how it's, like, the perspective of what it's giving and what the words are. Like, most people think that just because it's giving you the message to call on Jesus or this and that, that it's just a way to control you or manipulate you into believing in something that you probably don't believe in. Me, I listen to the words of songs. It don't matter what artists it come from, what color the artists are, what genre the artists are. Like I listen to the words of the song, and if it speaks to me and stuff that I went through or are going through or probably going through at that moment, oh, I'm finna play it. I'm finna blast it. I'm probably finna repeat it at least 10 times. So,
Okay. Hello. I mean, some songs do speak to your spirit and your soul,
Yes.
and
yeah,
Yeah.
some songs remind me of my mom. She had us in the church. Well, my we was in church all our. We grew up in church, so half of those I know, and the new ones. But I'm like the old school gospel, so yeah.
yeah. My mom, we grew up in the church too. It was funny for me though because although I grew up in the church, I will always be the person over the praise dance team, the person over the praise team, the person over the Bible study, like the kids Bible study class. And then when I decided to live for myself, it was more of, well, you have to be this way or you can't be a part of any of that stuff. And you know what I told them? I walked in front of the church when he tried to call himself rebuking the demons out of me. And I sat there and I was looking like, I don't have any demons. Like, you
Okay,
try, you
what's
trying to
going on with
rebuke something
you?
out of me that's not in me. And I'm looking around at people like, now, don't get me wrong. Before, when I did have my demons when I was younger, now you can take all them things out. But as I got older and mature and started like living for myself and started like opening my eyes to a lot of things, it was like all that went away. Like I was like, why am I doing this? I shouldn't be doing that. Like it was morally like an eye opener for me. So when I got divorced from my ex-wife and I went back to church, and at this time I'm transitioning. So it's like I had just started my first stage of transitioning. I'm in church. I'm sitting way in the back so that the pastor cannot see me. So I can still
Oh
get my
wow.
praise on. And then you come walk through the crowd all the way to the back just to get me out of the back pew to bring me to the front to say you're gonna cast all my demons away.
I would
And
have
I
been
was
like,
and my mom was
pew.
yeah, my mom
I'll
was
see you later. Cast
uh-uh.
them out your wife.
No,
Cast them out you.
my mom was an usher, so my mom, she was just morally like she knew what was going on, but at that time she was I'm sorry I'm laughing, but y'all have to realize like during this time when he's trying to like cast the demons out of me, I'm looking at my mama like, what the hell is going on? Like, like I was looking around like, okay, he's shaking my head and put his hand on my stomach and shaking my stomach, and I'm like,
Shaking your stomach. What
yeah,
the?
he had like his
Yeah,
hand like
they'll
this,
put
and
their
one hand like
hand
this,
on your
and he was like
forehead
doing this, like he
and
was like
put
Oh
shaking,
yeah.
like
I'm about to say what the.
so.
fuck.
I'm I'm like I look at my mama the whole time now. I'm looking at my mama like
You finna make me. You finna make me poop.
pretty much. And so my mom was looking at me like, please don't do it. Like you can see it on her face, like, please don't do it, please don't do it, because she know how I am. She know how I am, and she knows that when you try to give a fake prophecy on somebody, she knows that I will turn around and re-prophesize to you about your actions and what you're trying to do. So I was looking at my mama the whole time. I did not cut my eye off her one time. I was like,
Okay.
my mom was like, she was like, so I just
Oh,
so
sir,
in the
please
middle.
don't.
She was like, please, like you can see it. She's not like everybody thought she was saying like praise him and all that stuff. I'm looking at her mouth like I know how to read lips real. Like she's like, please don't, please don't, please don't. So I was like, I got tired of it because at that point he had started shaking me, and then he did this thing where he like pushed my forehead, and I guess I was supposed to fall, and
Yeah, you supposed to fall. It be
everybody else
slain in the
fell.
spirit. Oh,
Everybody else listen, everybody else fell. I
come
didn't
on,
fall.
Faye.
He pushed my forehead. When he pushed my forehead, I was like this.
Okay. You supposed to be slain in the spirit. Come on, Faye.
And then I did one of these things where I was like,
Oh.
and I was like,
You finished?
And then so then he said he
I
went
got
to
to
go.
cry.
He went to go try to do it again.
Uh,
And I like I caught his hand this time, and I was like, there are no demons. I was like, I don't know why you're trying to like cast demons out of me, but there are no demons. And he goes, homosexuality must leave, this must leave, that must leave. And I'm like, who said I was homosexual? Like, I like what I like. I mean, you can't shoot me for liking what I like. Like, I never dated guys at that time. So how you know I'm homosexual? So it was like you're throwing all this out, and I was like, I'm not even dating guys. Like, I literally just got a 10-year relationship with my ex-wife. Like, what you doing? Like, like what you talking about? Like, I was literally in a confused state at that point. Like, so do you want me to go talk to guys so you can rebuke this out of me or what? Like, I was in my head like, what am I
He was
supposed to
trying to
do?
talk to you. That's what he
I, Man, listen, that means to have a meeting with me every day after church. I don't know what he was trying to do, but I do know that he was trying to rebuke something out of
Come
me
on, preacher
that
Paulie.
that, that wasn't even there yet. It wasn't there. And even after I got divorced from my ex-wife, it took what 4 years before I met the guy that I was with, and we were together for 4.5 years. So it was like, yeah, I my ID says female, so I should be dating a guy. I can date a girl if I want to, but the guy that I chose is the guy that I want to be with. And now that that's no more, I'm just celebrating life.
Exactly.
So
Cause so when I dumped my baby mama, I was a thought out in these streets.
you what? You what?
come on, that's it true.
Shaking his ass for
Oh,
cash.
Oh my god! And see, that was the problem. My ex-wife, she fought hard for us to not separate because she didn't want to leave, and I was just kept telling her like it'd just be more confusing to me to sit here and just keep like going along with what you want me to do and what my family want me to do, and I'm not making myself happy. And I was like, it's not saying that I'm going to like divorce you and go like have sex with all these random people. I was like, it's just saying that I just need to find myself. Like, I need to know what makes me happy. I never got that chance to do that. And going to a white Christian college surely didn't give me the chance because you woke up to Bible study. And then, I'm sorry, you woke up to morning prayer. Then you went to breakfast. Then you went to your first class. And then your second class. Then you had evening prayer. And then, and then you had
Not
another
evening
class.
prayer.
Yeah. And then you had
Damn,
another
they were
class.
trying to make you a nun.
I listen,
Shit.
but that was the criteria. Like every day of the week, it just went in that same order. You have morning prayer when you wake up, whatever classes you have, then you have evening prayer, and then y'all pray, and then y'all go to sleep. And then on Sundays it was Bible study. You had to go to Bible study. If you missed Bible study, they take it off of your credits. Um, so it was like Bible study. Then you had the service, and then after the service, we had like this thing where they called a luncheon, where it's supposed to be our free time, but it's not really our free time. So they have a
So
luncheon where
they
everybody
tried to
comes in.
make you out of sister act and wear a habit.
Yeah,
Joyful,
listen,
joyful noise. We adore
listen.
you.
I don't know. I don't know, but I do know while I was there, I was a hoe. Um,
Once upon a time, I was out. Ow, ow, ow,
listen,
ow.
listen. You talk about a hoe. I was
oh my
Okay.
gosh. Oh my God, you killing
Stop
me.
making Murray in the church.
baby. Listen, listen.
Oh,
Every time he had evening prayer, because I had a roommate and he had a girlfriend, and he used to always sneak his girlfriend into our dorm. So I was like, oh, we can bring girlfriends in here. Hmm. I was like, okay.
oh my
So I was like, okay, bitch, I'm gonna bring me a girlfriend in here too. So even though I was still like, this was before I got married, so it was like I was like, So which one of y'all girls find me attractive enough to come suck my, like just like just throwing it
Ow, ow. Give me some
like just throwing
gum.
it
Give me
out
some
there, and
gum.
then like
Give me some gum. Oh.
Oh my
and
gosh.
um and so it got to the point where I would literally have sex like at least 3 times a day.
Oh my God, girl, you wore out.
Like
Okay.
I
Just
would literally
just
I
a
would literally
loose
have
woman
sex.
in the,
Yeah,
in the
like
trash.
I would literally have sex before morning prayer, like 2 hours before morning prayer. I would have sex right in between our classes. Like we'll meet in the bathroom, and like have sex there, and then I would have sex, and then I would have sex,
Hasharam.
and then I would have sex right before everybody, like before they did lights out. That's what they used to call it,
Well, at
lights.
least you was being forgiven after you had it. You went to
Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't with y'all. Oh Lord.
But it
What
was,
are you?
you
You
know,
know I like to have fun.
and then and then
Oh,
you ready for it?
I don't
um,
know.
I so and then I had my first male to male experience. It was me and my roommate. Um he was trying to figure out if I was gay or whatever. And I was trying to figure out if he was gay because I was like, if you gay, then I don't have a problem with you being gay. I don't give a shit. At that time, I was just like, whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat. Like we can do threesomes. I don't give a shit. Like, and he was fine as hell. So I was like, it don't hurt me none. Like it don't hurt
oh
me
my
none.
Lord, take
And
me,
so,
Jesus.
and so
I'm like Fred Sanford now. I'm coming to join you, Elizabeth.
and see the thing was, he was raised through nothing but Christianity. So all he knew was the wrong and the right thing to do. Like he knew that if he had sex with another male or if he didn't have with another male, it's condemning him and all this other stuff.
Fine brimstone,
And
fine
so he was
brimstone.
like, so he was having like these what they call moments while we were getting ready to do it. I was more nervous than he was nervous, but he was more. It took forever for us to get to it. Let's just say that
Oh, wow.
he was like, "So have you ever did it with a girl before?" I was like, "No." I was like, "Have you?" He was like, "No." I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "What's your point?" And he's like, "Would you ever do it with another guy?" I was like, "I don't know. Would you?" Like
Okay, pick
it
your
was
card.
like shit. I
Come
don't
on,
know.
shuffle
Would
this
you?
dick. Shuffle this dick.
So that day, he had came from class. I was already in the room. I had just got in the shower, walked out in a towel because I didn't know he was coming back that early because his classes normally end after my classes. So I didn't know he was coming back that early, and then he walked in the room and he like just ripped my towel down and just like started going to town, like started like sucking my stuff and everything. And
Wow.
it then after everything got done, like we both mutually did things, but after everything got done, like he was like, "So what do we do now? Like, are we in a relationship now?" I was like, "No." I was like, "We're not in no damn relationship." I was like, "What you talking about?" I said, "Look what school we at." Look what school we at. We ain't no relationship. And he was like,
Well,
"I
at
said,
least
what made?"
y'all
I
was
said, "What made
blessed.
you?" Yeah, I was like, "What made you come in the room and just do that?" He was like, "I told myself all day that, if I just walk in and I just do it, I'll know if I like it or not." And I was like, "Well, you showed up, walked in the room, and just did it." and to be
Well,
honest,
you didn't
and to
know.
be honest,
He
until
did
this
what
day,
Nike told him to do.
yeah, but and to this day, he is still straight, and he's married. He has 3 kids, and we still like talk to each other and stuff like that. But now that he found out that I'm trans, and now he texts me like, "So, would you ever do that thing that we did in school again, back then?" I'm like,
He want to do what Nike said to do again. Just do it.
because he married to the girlfriend he had in school when he was in college. So I'm not gonna do that to her.
Okay.
You gotta be single and you can't be talking to nobody because I don't need no drama.
I know that's right. I got time for
Okay.
that.
At all.
Okay.
I'm the one that's
Come
like,
on, Mary J. Blige.
listen,
No more drama.
listen. I'll be the one to show up at your doorstep. I'll be the one to show up at your doorstep and be like, sweetheart, let me tell you something. If I wanted your man,
Okay.
All
I
right,
would
woman to
want your
woman.
man. And then look, you're supposed to go to woman to woman, but woman to woman.
Okay.
Let
Come
me
on,
tell you
Shirley
something.
Brown. I'm better right.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I've been through a lot, and I've done a lot. Like I've done everything that I could possibly say that I wanted to do, and that includes traveling. That includes like my fantasies. That includes like hobbies, like dancing, painting, drawing, poetry, everything. Like I put my foot in everything before I turned 26, so that I wouldn't have no lust to do anything else after that. Like I can
Have
choose what I
you
want to do after that.
ever did stripping?
Huh?
Have you ever stripped?
I was a male dancer. When I was 21, I had to my grandma gave me my first car. I had to keep up with the car notes, and she added me to her insurance, so I had to pay that too. So I started male dancing for like 4 or 5 years, and then a part of male dancing, you do have some sort of escorting, but it's not really escorting. It's just morely of they want you to come to their house. If you do drugs or smoke or all that stuff, they want you to just party and spend time with them, and they hang out and dance with them, and then leave. And if it's a rich person, they'll get you a condo, they'll get you a car, they'll pay for this, pay for that. But I was morely into like just dancing, get my money, go home. And like I was like, if you want a private dance with me, you can take me into one of those curtains over there that they got inside this place, and you can pay me there. Like I'm not going to your house. I don't know what you got at your house. You might try to kill
Hmm.
me. Like
I know that's right.
Okay.
I don't know what you got going on. And all the other people used to take. And they'll come back the next day like, "Oh, I made $1,000 last night." I'm like, "That's good. I made 3,000. How much did you make?"
Ooh.
I was like, "See,
Am
if
I
you, if
froze, you guys?
baby, if you
No,
play hard to
you're not froze.
Okay.
I tell people all the time, like back then when I was dancing, there were people that were there before me that still didn't make as much as I did. And I was like, they was like, "What are you doing? Are you like sucking them in the private rooms?" And I'm like, "No, I said I'm playing hard to get." I was like, "I'm playing shy and I'm playing hard to get. And they're tipping me more money to get me to open up. So guess what I do? After about $400, I start loosening up a little bit. And then when they give me another 100, and I'll be like,
Okay.
Really getting into it,
Shake
huh?
it fast.
look,
Well,
by the
shake
time
it fast.
but
Show me what you're
listen,
working with.
by the time they would have got to $600, their time would have been up, and they would have had to pay for more time, which is another $100. So they would have to pay for more time. So what they would do is they would end it, and if there's somebody else already waiting, they would have to wait. So they will always wait because they'll be like, "Wow." They're in their head, I didn't get what I went in there for. So they'll be waiting to come back in to get you again so they can open you up some more. And you don't open up, and they be like, "Okay." And then they just come back every day until you finally try to open up. And I'll be like, I'm gonna keep this routine going as long as I can. All I ever did was dance, play hard to get, play shy. And my grandma used to be like, "Where you getting all this money from?" And that's like, "Oh, nowhere,
Okay.
you know,
One
like
line everywhere.
I used to tell her like, school, they give you financial aid. They just gave me the balance in my account. Like I would make up some stuff so she don't have to worry about like what I'm doing. And she used to always be like, "Why you come home at 5 o'clock in the morning?" And I'm like, me and the friends was hanging out and I fell asleep at their house.
Oh my God.
Like I used to come up with like little stuff to just be like, so she wouldn't have to worry because she used to ask like 1,050,000 questions, and I used to always be the one to be like, nothing, grandma, nothing going on, grandma, ain't nothing happening, it ain't happening at all. But it did get to the
Mhm.
point where I did have to stop because I made friends there, but they were doing a lot of dangerous stuff. Like I didn't know they were doing it until like my final 2 days of working there. Like they would get the guys in the private rooms, get them completely drunk, put ecstasy in their drinks, and steal their
Oh,
wallets and steal all the money out of their wallets, and then say that, and then tell the guys like the next day when they come in, no, you spent it all last night, blah blah blah. Like they'll just, and that to me, I can do it. I'm like, babe, if these people find out that you were stealing their money, they finna try to kill you, and they finna probably shoot up this whole bar.
oh my
Okay.
goodness, that was dangerous.
Yeah. Look at my oh look,
Well, I ain't gonna tell y'all where I dance.
I got something in my eye. Look at it. It's watering.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Mhm.
1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you have just had us laughing, girl. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
No, it's like I always try to take my experiences or something I've been through and laugh about it because a lot of people don't have the same experiences and some people can't laugh about what they went through. But
Yeah.
like stuff that didn't kill me made me stronger. So I'm just like whatever. Like I'm gonna laugh about this. I'm gonna take this and turn this into a joke. But at least I'm still get at least you're sticking your story out, even though it may not be as serious as people expected it to be. Like there were times where I used to talk about sorry. There were times where I used to talk about a lot of stuff and I used to start crying. And then as I got older, I'm like, why would I used to cry about that? Oh, because I went through it. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Oh
it
my
was
God.
yeah, it got to the point where you'd be like, why did I cry about that? Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember now. I went through it. I went through it. Like even my relationship that ended 2 months ago with this person. Um I cried like the whole first month and a half. But that was only because you waited till I fell in love, invested myself into the relationship fully, and opened up about everything to you, and then decided to cheat. You know,
Hmm.
so it was more of I didn't even trust myself enough to open myself up to you. But then when I finally did open myself up and give you all of me, you were like, "Oh, it's not you, it's me, and I don't want this." I heard this shit plenty of times before. I was just waiting for you to tell me this shit a whole 3 years ago, so I couldn't be in a relationship with you. I would have found somebody else who actually wanted to be here.
Hmm. Wow.
So,
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
oh no, I'm
Okay.
not. I'm happy I went through it
Well, it just
because
made you stronger in
it's
the
not even that. It opened my eyes to a lot of
results.
stuff that I was blind to seeing. Because I was so in love, I would pretty much cast away what like my suspicions or my assumptions that I would want to say, but I never said. And then when this happened, I was like, "Oh, this confirms everything now. this sums up everything. Now I know why." And then I just wanted to hear from them, but they would never say it. So I was just like, "Well, that's just that."
Wow.
And then now that they see me with other people, and now that I have friends who I've always had, who like, if you need a place to stay, I got apartments you can rent out. And now he can't go anywhere, and it's like he has nowhere to go. So he's trying to be this nice person to me. He's trying to be um, a boyfriend, but not really a boyfriend.
Hmm.
So I keep asking like every day, like, why you been nice? Is it because you ain't gonna have nowhere to stay after this month ends, or what? Because you're not coming to my new apartment if I move into it. You
Hmm.
know. So like last night, even when I was on the phone with Mcintosh Tiva, Um, he was sitting next to me, talking to me, watching movies with me, trying to be funny and all this stuff. And I'm like, I got off the phone. I was like, I don't know why you're trying to be so nice.
Oh wow.
Like, I don't know
Mm.
why you're trying to be so nice all of a sudden. I said, she even asked you to come and be a part of the interview. You said you didn't want to. So,
Well, you know, but you just keep being you, and you'll find the right somebody. The right somebody's gonna come along.
Okay.
yeah, I've always been me since I was younger. I never changed. The only thing that changed about me is my look and my weight and my age.
That's right.
Some things you can't change, like
I was gonna
your
say I'm
weight.
still 17. I'm still 17.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
But that's not like it's only like little things change. Like I've always been the same. I've always been a goofball. Never changed that. I always like to make other people laugh and smile. I was very open and honest always. Even when I first started broadcasting on when they used to have this thing called Periscope, I used to be one of the top superstar broadcasters on there, and people would just come in like no matter what time I went live, they was there, and it was at least like 3,000 people watching at one time.
Oh
And
wow, 3,000.
yeah, it was to the point where I was so open about everything that people would just come in and be like, "We love you," and like they would start sending me stuff like clothing, big boxes of shoes, makeup cases. Like majority of the stuff that I have here, I didn't even buy, and that was because I genuinely just freely opened myself up and just was just being myself, have fun playing music like I normally do, cooking, doing all that stuff. And they would just be like, "What's your address? I got a surprise for you." I'm like, "I'm not giving you my address, but I give you my friend's address. You can send to their house." But
Okay.
they didn't. They didn't know that the address I was giving them was my address. I just told them it was my friend's address, so they didn't know that it was not. So um, I would come home from work and stuff, and I just see like random boxes at my doorstep, and
Wow.
I would never know what they are. They would never tell me what they are, and then I'll go live and open them. Like I'll be like, I don't know who sent me this, but y'all need to stop sending me stuff. Like I didn't give y'all my address to be sending me packages and stuff. I gave y'all my address so y'all can send me like postcards or something. And it would always be like this big stuff. And then people used to be like, "Well, why are you telling people to stop sending you stuff?" Like they just doing this because they like you. They like your character. They like how you are. You entertain us. So and I met people they used to say like you should be getting paid to do this, and I'm like, like I didn't never see myself broadcasting, and I was like I just do this for fun. I was like this is just something I like to do. Like come live doing makeup makes me better. That's how I got better at my makeup too. Going live every single morning, every single night just practicing different makeup looks, taking someone else's pictures, trying to mimic the look, and that's how I got better with makeup. And then somebody was like, "Oh, you so good at makeup? I'm gonna see this." And I'm like, "Don't send me anything." The next thing you know, it's at my doorstep. So it's like, and then when I start
Okay.
crying, then they want to sit there and be like, "Oh, girl, why are you crying? You know why I'm crying. Don't sit here and act like you don't know why I'm crying. You know why I'm crying."
Okay.
And yeah, it got to the point where I wasn't cocky, but I was very confident enough. So when I did go to drag shows and stuff, and I wore the stuff they sent me, people would be like, "Where do you get that from? That's cute. I'm gonna have to go get me one." I'm like, "Don't worry about it." like
Okay.
I used to be like, "Don't worry about it. I know where it came from. You don't know where it came from. Like you're not gonna get my stash."
Okay.
And that's how it was up until Periscope. Um, they locked me out of my account, mate, and pretty much deactivated it
What?
because someone I don't know who it was, but someone had reported my thing for. They said they reported for I don't know what it was because on that app people used to have sex and everything on that app. Like it was
Oh my goodness.
yeah, it was no that app was that app was
Periscope.
something
Yeah,
serious.
I was on Periscope.
That app was
I've
something serious.
yeah,
Like
I've
people
heard.
people used to
Yeah, I've
come
heard of
live
it.
and jack off. People used to come live and finger themselves. They used to come live and have sex. It was like an
Oh
app.
wow.
But I will only go live and just do makeup and perform. Like every performance I went to, Periscope got it. Every performance I went to, Facebook got it. Like it wasn't a moment out of a day that they didn't miss anything I put on them two apps. And when they banned my account,
Oh,
I was like, wait, you banned my account, but you got all these other people out here just exploiting themselves. And then
Just
it's not like, over there. You
showing
can make like a
everything.
private, you can make like a private thing,
mhm.
and it's not one of those things where they hide it. They just put it on the public platform, and no matter who pop in on there, they doing whatever they doing.
Wow. How long were you on Periscope?
4 years.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
Yep, I was on Periscope 4 years. I had went up to super broadcaster where they started paying me at one point,
Oh,
and then
okay.
it's like a week or two after I became a super broadcaster that my account got banned.
A week. So
No.
somebody messed up your moolah. What?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I
And
tell you,
then
everywhere you go, the haters.
yep. And then that's because
Yeah, it's
with that
haters
job,
everywhere you
that's how I
go.
actually met Prince Charming. Prince Charming was one of the bigger broadcasters on there. He's on BIGO now. He go by the real Prince Charming on BIGO. But over
Mm-hmm.
there, he was just Prince Charming. He was just like as far as that personality wise, he was just like me. Like he was very open. His relationship and his boyfriend was on there. Like it was a lot. Hold on, my dog's like
Okay.
out.
Come on. Come on, dog.
You are a hot mess.
No,
Oh, I got me some more Pepsi.
but it was he was open to it. We both had the same amount of people watching us. He had morally people who purchased hair from him or was interested in buying hair because he used to always sell bundles and make wigs while he was live and stuff like that. He used
Oh,
to travel to different states and stuff. I don't know if he still do it, but he used to travel to different states and stuff and do like makeovers over people who have like alopecia and cancer and stuff like that. I used to do the same thing, but I wasn't doing it as much as him. And I started following him. He started following me, and then half of his followers would come to my live, and he would get upset because he was like, "Why they coming over there?" Like,
oh my.
and I used to be,
Okay, just like my friend Bad Girl be going over to
yeah,
Michelle.
and I used
All
to, and I
right.
used to be in my head like, I used to be in my
Girl,
head
you
like,
don't
well,
kill my
I don't do nothing.
people.
Like I don't do nothing. I come in your live, I support you. During your live, you say, "Hey, cat, how you doing?" Everybody go visit cat's page, but then when they come over there, you get upset. So it was, I don't know, it was just like something happened, and then one of his followers bought me one of his wigs because he does have like really really great wigs, and one of them bought me a wig from him and sent it to me, and I told him, I said, I'm installing the wig today. I had colored it and everything, changed it to like a burgundy color, and it was like a body wave hair. And then he came over and was like, "That doesn't look like my wig," and I was like, "This is one of your wigs." He goes, "No, my wig's not that color. I don't do red hair." And I was like, "I dyed it. Like I bleached it and dyed it. Like you can dye human hair. That's the point of it. Like
Yes.
bleach and dye it." And he was like, "Well, if this is that will send me the receipt and tell me who purchased it for you." And I was like, "Why do I have to do all that?
What?
Like this was a gift to me. I don't even know what their real name is. I just know they freaking name on the app." Like
Oh
I
my
was like,
goodness.
and so it was like a whole thing, like a mix of thing, but we got over it. And like now, I used to pay a lot of situations. Like, ooh, I used to pay them
Okay, let me ask you
because
this
I know
question.
how I am, and I was snapping a minute. Like to be
Uh-oh.
honest, my attitude is like Icon's attitude, but just milder.
Mom,
But when I
okay.
but when I get upset, I'm
Mm.
way worse than Icon. So, so I try not to go here. I try to keep it like in the middle. So if somebody do snap on me, I can at least snap back without being rude still. Like I'll still be rude, but I won't be rude at the same time. So I'll be like a nice nasty. Like
Nice
so
man.
yeah, because I'm like,
Yeah, let me ask you this question. Do you know Tammy PA on the other app?
can we end the interview now, please?
No, no. What is going on? What is going on? No, don't do this.
I'm
Gorgeous. Let me tell
sorry.
you,
I'm
I'm
but
sorry
sorry,
for the
gorgeous.
racist
Georgie.
that smell of Cadillac Davenport. I'm never
That's
gonna
a
answer the
tough.
phone.
I
Wait, Fly,
want
yeah,
to
wait. Fly, wait. Look, when I interviewed Zaddy, he tried to ask Zaddy something about Teddy PA, and he said, I was not answer. No comment.
okay.
Hello,
What
you reached the voicemail of Cadillac Davenport. I'm not an answer phone. Let me know when you brief message. I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
no? I asked you about that off the interview.
Oh my gosh.
Cause I want to know what's going on.
Oh my gosh. Oh, oh my God.
Okay.
So now you and Zaddy, y'all cousins?
We are a part of the Davenport family, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's just in the Davenport family. Y'all been knowing each other for 5 years, right?
I knew him way
Y'all
before he was
not.
at Davenport. I knew him when I was 17 in the bars. He used to be down here in South Florida also, and he used to do shows and compete and stuff like that. So I knew him through like my great auntie, which I call my great auntie. Her name is Sheena Divine Hawkins, but now she goes by Eugene Hayes. In Atlanta. I That's who I used to always be around, and oh God, really. That's why I used to always be around, and
Up
that's
here in
how
Atlanta with
that's how I
me.
actually met him. I didn't know he was a part of the Davenport family until I got on the app, and I was like, wait, what? Like
Family
you
in the
what?
house, huh?
Yeah, I was like, wait, you what? Like it was like one of those moments. So that's how I found out he was part of the Davenports.
Okay.
Okay.
So when you were doing the pageants, did you win any of your pageants?
Oh yes.
Oh, good.
Oh,
How
you
many did
thought
you
you
win?
lit up then. Okay. Oh
How
yeah.
many did you win? Oh,
Mm.
look at, look
Like
at,
a
look
like
at. Go ahead, girl.
like Tresemme. Ooh la la.
I'd rather just go show you.
Oh,
She lit up just like the commercial.
yes.
Tresemme, Tresemme. Ooh la
It may not be
la.
enough. It may not be enough lighting here, but and I have some stuff on the shelf, but you'll see majority of them. This is just half of them. I haven't put all of them out though.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to figure out how do I switch the thing around. No, I can't. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this.
Oh,
So
look at those
those are
crowns.
those
Oh
are the
my
crowns.
gosh.
Those are the plaques. Um, there's more plaques here, more plaques there, and more down here.
Oh my gosh. Those
Oh,
crowns are beautiful.
And then I have in the closet I have all the sashes and more I have more plaques and stuff. But everything doesn't fit on that shelf and I have to buy another one, so
Okay, wonderful.
they're just in here just soaking up dust until I move.
Wow. Well, thank you for showing us your awards. Because I was
okay.
definitely going to ask
Oh no,
about
you're welcome.
awards.
Well, your
But look,
Yeah,
accolades and
I
all
would
of
say that
that.
pageantry is what I do best. Then comes shows, and then comes everything else. Like it's pageantry is like a preparation moment for everybody who competes in pageants. So it's like the one thing that I prepare. Like I would not compete in the pageant if it's like in 2 weeks. I'll wait a whole 6 months or a year
okay.
Okay.
just so
So
that I
do
can
you
build the
ever get
funds.
booked in Atlanta?
I was actually a form when I was a Mister. I was actually a former Mister Pride International from Atlanta.
All
I
Oh,
won
right.
okay.
against Ashley Santi, and who was my promoters at the time? Jesus, they never paid me my. They never. I'm still in the current rating because they never had the pageant again after that because I won every category. But
All right.
Okay.
Everybody not able to
but
go, girl.
but my queen was Truth Sanchez, not Truth Sanchez. Oh, sorry. Uh, was Star Sharon Sanchez.
Hmm.
That was my
Oh,
queen at the time.
aw. So
Yeah,
do you have a picture from that pageant so we can see you?
I had a DVD.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at just shaded. Just shaded. Like, I'm not showing you no damn pictures of the
I had a DVD. You must say I
pageant.
had a DVD. No, all of those pictures were on my previous Facebook page with my previous name before I deleted it. So
Oh, okay.
all of that person went away, but I do have pictures of them on my Instagram on my makeup page. So if you go on
Okay.
If you call my makeup page, which is cat_slays561, and scroll all the way to the you gotta scroll all the way to the bottom. All the way to the bottom, you see all my boy pictures. Not all of them, but majority of them. And you'll see me wearing the pin with the sash from Mr. Pride International.
And what was it in? Cat underscore.
Cat_slays with the SLAYS 561. You got to scroll all the way to the bottom.
And that's on Instagram.
Uh huh. And then on my Canada Davenport page, spelled just like this, but just one word. Because I have two Instagram pages. One is for my makeup business, and one is just for me. On that one, if you scroll through that, you'll see a lot of crowning pictures of me with my crown and sashes on and stuff like that. So.
Okay, I have to check it out.
And
So
then if you go to
what
Facebook,
are you so
no,
so what does oh go
uh,
ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was like, I have a friend. Like a lot of my friends took a lot of the videos and pictures of me. Like I never really took pictures of myself. They would more majority have like the pictures and videos of me. So I just ran across one of my friends, one my old roommates, and he had the videos of the first national pageant I competed in. Plus, he had the videos and pictures of the first pageant I ever won as a girl.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I was like scrolling through the last night. I was like, oh my god, I was so skinny. But yeah, but actually, I have my phone here. What the hell am I doing?
Okay, while you looking for that, let me ask my question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Huh?
I said, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, in 5 years, I see myself finished with my transition. I also see
Hmm.
myself growing in my actual makeup business that I have now, and catering. Pretty much, I like to cater to a lot of people when it comes to, um, if I must say, like people like who have leukemia and like um, sickle cell and stuff like that, who people fail to like realize. Um, I feel I have myself like I see myself catering to them and making them feel like they are worthy because a lot of people don't feel worthy when it comes to like those type of sicknesses. They already have like this depression and stuff like that. So I see myself building a foundation that can actually cater to, going to them at least once a week or once a month and just um transforming them and making and taking them out and making them feel, like everybody else feels who are normal within their health standards. So
Yeah.
that's what I see myself doing in 5 years.
And you know
Okay.
what? There's a young lady on Instagram. I've seen her on. I follow her actually. Um, she do hair and makeup, and she
Mhm.
feed the homeless, and she go out on the street and she give people hair washings. I need to get her on here. Reach out. I'm gonna reach out to her to see if I can get her on here for an interview because I think that is so powerful. I think that is so inspirational because she's already doing that, and then with this pandemic going on,
Yeah.
she's still out there helping other people. And
Hmm.
we need to know about people like that. And then always when it comes to us as Black people doing something positive, they definitely need all of the exposure that they can get. Because like I said, she's a Black woman and she is doing something positive. Because when it comes to us Black people, what our mistakes is always focus on more than the positive, you
That's
know.
very true.
So
Hmm.
And I,
yes, I
I agree. I agree because like people get so caught up within a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world that they forget about those people who are actually not even, being brought up in life because of their illnesses or because of what they're going through. Like we have family members that's going through this, but we never bring it to awareness. And I feel like that's what I want the purpose of my foundation to do is bring awareness to those people. Like you have commercials and ads and stuff like that do it, but if it's not a personable ad and they're just trying to get you to do this and do that, it's not really bringing awareness. It's just telling you about something that they're probably doing that can possibly be good for the person when you have a human being who can actually go and feel what these people feeling while and get the same emotion that they're feeling while being in person with them and just being like, "You're so beautiful," and them saying, "Oh my God, I don't look beautiful." You know, that type of stuff right there. People don't never see.
Yeah.
And what made me come up with it was my friend. She has cancer, and she before she undergone chemotherapy, she had multiple surgeries. She lost an ear.
Oh,
Um,
oh,
she
bless her
lost her
heart.
ear. Like they cut her ear off. Her hair is gone now. She has like blotches in her face and stuff, and she just don't feel. She don't feel beautiful. And every day she called me, she's like, "I don't feel beautiful. Like you should see me, this and that. I know how you feel now when you have to wear wigs and you don't want to wear the wigs." And I'd be like, "But you are beautiful." And she'll be like, "No." She'll send me a picture of her, and I'll still convince her, like, "No, you still are beautiful." Um, and it had took me it took me a minute to grasp the fact of her emotions, and then I was like, "Oh my God, now I know why she don't feel that way." You know, like me as a normal person, I'm like, "Oh, now I know why she don't feel that way." Like I had to like really like snap it into my reality, like this is why she don't feel this way. Um, and one day she came over and I gave her a complete makeover, and she was like, "Oh my God, I feel so beautiful." She started crying, and people didn't understand while I was live why she was crying, and then she just finally started like telling people her story, and that's people was like, "Oh my God," and I was like, "But it's not even just about her just telling her story and you listen to her story. If you're not here, you're not feeling what she's feeling, because while she's telling you the story, she's actually shaking over here, and y'all only see her just crying, telling y'all her story." So
Wow.
it's like people don't understand what another person's going through until they actually, you know, until they actually like meet the person in person and feel it. Um, I just want my foundation to be able to transform people, and not only just transform them, but give them a sense of reality that there is still beauty in the world, and it may not be the type of beauty that we're into, but it's still beauty, you know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think that makeup is just a form of beauty, and it's not. Skincare is.
Yeah.
So
Okay. And you say you have a makeup line. So where can people find that?
I don't have a makeup line. I said I'm a makeup artist. I own a makeup business.
Okay. Well, you said
That's
you was
what I want my.
making stuff.
That's what I want my the one of the
Oh,
titles.
Oh my,
wow.
is now this is your first pageant that you won?
No, this is the one I won in 2000. I just
You're
won.
too much.
I won this one in
Okay. You said your
2000
foundation and what else you?
2019.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I won that one 2019. It was. I don't know why I'm selecting the photo. I shouldn't be selecting the photo. I'm trying to click it and make it bigger, but it's making me select the photo from my profile. I'm trying to get bigger pictures. Oh, see that's I can't, but that's the actual picture after I edited it.
Okay.
You still,
Beautiful.
you still,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's like all
Beautiful.
these are on my Facebook page. If you go to uploads, they're all on there.
Uh,
Um,
who are who are some of the people that influence you?
my mother, my drag mother, my drag children, majority myself, because if you don't have self motivation, then you don't have no confidence at all. Um, and then like just people, like regular people who I come across in my everyday life, whether I'm live or not live. It's just regular everyday people. Like somebody can come in tomorrow and be like, "Oh my God, you look so beautiful with a purple eye," and I'll come tomorrow and do a purple eye. So it's like everybody inspires and influences me, and I just inspire everybody to just pretty much be happy within themselves, because self worth is a big thing, and if you don't have it, you have to find it, because it's one of the things that keeps you afloat when you're going through a lot of stuff.
Amen to that. What
Mhm.
influences your style? Like style of dress,
My mom.
style of your makeup, your wigs.
Your
My mom, my
mom.
sisters. I dress just like them. My mom and my
Oh, that's
sister. I have my I have my sister's style. I have my mom's looks, and my younger sister's hair ideas. Cause
okay.
she's a hairstylist, so she does a lot of hair. My older sister, she wears a lot of stuff that I wear, and my mom, I look like her when I'm fully dressed up and stuff.
Okay. What advice would you give to up and coming entertainers or just people in general? What advice would you give them in life?
Don't let people tell you you can't do it,
Amen.
and don't let them dictate how you create your creativity.
Hmm. I
Because
know.
because everybody's not gonna like your creative style, but that's not for them to like. It's for you to like. If you don't like it yourself, then why wear it? You know.
Hmm. You know what? When I was in college, I majored in theater. And, growing up, I really didn't know what I wanted to do because I was special ed for 8 years, and was being picked on and teased and things of that nature. So when I was growing up, I always loved listening to music and uh, watching TV and trying to imitate what I saw on TV. So I chose to major in theater. Uh, there was a poem, "Phenomenal Woman" by Maya Angelou. When I found out about who Maya Angelou was, and found out about the poem, and I just read the poem and I loved it. And I auditioned with it a couple times. Um, one in one of my classes, I recited the poem, and the teacher, she stopped me when I was performing it because I guess she thought I was maybe too loud or too in your face and all this or whatever. But my thing is, when I was performing that poem, I was performing it the way I felt it. I can't when you lip sync, I can tell you now who is he?
That's me.
Okay. Come
Wait,
on. Come
wait, wait,
on.
what? Not who?
That's the
Come
previous me.
on, boo.
Wait a minute, that's who? Hold on,
That's that's up.
that's you?
Yeah, that's the previous me.
Dang, you are gorgeous. You picked the You were handsome. You were from handsome to gorgeous. Okay, you all right, girl. All right now,
Oh
and I
my god.
that was
That's the
gorgeous. That
previous.
was handsome.
It's just the previous me, child. It's the previous me.
All right, well, hey, good looking either way.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Just bluntly, just had it out.
I told you when I
Shake
first got.
it,
I told you
Jimmy.
when I was in entertainment. That's all I did was get naked, and that's proof. That's all I
Proof
did.
is in the pudding, huh?
All I ever did was get naked, and that's just proof.
But I guess she didn't like the way I was performing the poem. Stopped me, and she wanted me to be soft with it, but that's not how I felt it. So in one of my theater classes, we did like a talent show,
Hmm.
to showcase our talent, for that we did in front of everybody. We did it at night in the theater. I did that poem, but when I got on that stage, that was my stage, and it's like that was my poem. And when it came out my mouth, it came out the way I felt it. So when she said it, she was like, "Oh, but no, honey, I was in your face with it, honey. And at the end, I did all this, honey. I even performed that poem. I did one pageant when I was in college, and Phenomenal Woman was my talent, and people loved it, honey. Yes, you can tell me nothing when I did that poem.
Listen, when I used to write poetry, I had got to the point where I finished the book. I still have it here. I haven't even published it yet. But there used to be a site back then a long time ago called poetry.com where artists can post their poetry. And I used to post a lot of poetry. Like 7 of my poems got nominated for the Editor's Choice Awards.
Ooh,
But it was like the poems that they would nominate were the poems where I was like trying to free myself from the shackles of my dad. Pretty much trying to release my inner emotions about that type of those moments where I had with my dad growing up. And I didn't want, and if the poem that won, you would have to read it, and I didn't want to read it because I was like, I was like, I don't want people to like they can read it themselves. I don't want to get up here and read this. Like, like no.
Okay, I got a poem for my dad, but I don't want to tell y'all.
I can't.
Oh my gosh, Fly. What are we gonna do with you, Fly?
So then, well,
Oh.
don't worry. I got like 4 poems about my penis. I call her magical
All right, magical.
because
Oh,
she know how to keep them happy, child.
Oh, all right
okay.
now. Woo, child.
Extra stuff. Extra, extra. Read all about it.
Look, Barbara Streisand in the main event.
Okay, at the big top.
Oh snap! My agency just texted. We have a meeting now. Oh god.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
well, I'm gonna
Well,
let you
please
go, but you
enjoy.
are welcome back anytime. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule. I just love you. You are so beautiful
Okay,
inside and out.
we've
You are
enjoyed you,
amazing talent.
boo. Shake your shimmy, sister.
Shake it, girl. Shake it, shake it, shake it.
You finally get your income, you just start shaking them because they be moving.
I ain't got no A cup, but I got some, I got some piercings I can shake.
Well, hey, don't make me pull out my collection.
When do come back, I would love to have you back again.
I definitely will.
Okay, I had fun with you. I thank
Oh,
you for
you're welcome.
sharing your story with others. You're gonna inspire a whole lot of people.
Yes, and just keep being you. You know, I'm a big fan. You know, I'm
I
an
am.
entertainer inside. I got to get back into it some in some shape or form. But
You gonna say what you said, Tina Turner?
Okay. Yes. Come on, Tina.
but I have enjoyed you so much, and just thank you for sharing your whole life and your career and everything with us. And like I said, I'm a big fan,
No
and
problem.
just thank you
Yeah,
so much, and God bless you.
I am. I'm a fan. You already know that. So you'll see us around. Don't make this their last time over here either.
Well, why would I do that when we had so much fun?
I know that's right.
Okay. Okay. We gonna let you go, man. We thank you so much. So much.
All right, thank you.
Be safe.
All right.
I will.
Bye,
Please.
baby. Thank y'all for joining us. See you next time.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. We've had fun with her. She was just